All right, got 1 through 7 all done. I kind of spaced it, but I'm gonna hop up here and drill these out and tap them to 1/8 inch pipe thread. Hey everybody, back in the shop. I got this aluminum block 5.3, it's an LH6. I believe it had variable VVT on it, but anyways, I'm getting rid of all that, all the DOD. Just gonna go through, reseal it all, gap all the rings, put all new bearings in it, and get it all set up as kind of a sloppy build. So stay tuned and we'll get this thing pulled apart. Well, I got all the pistons knocked out and then I pulled it off the stand to pull the back cover. So then all I got to do is pull all the main caps and I can go ahead and pull the crank out, clean it all up, clean up all the caps, get ready for all new bearings, go all back together. Same with these, I'll clean these all up, I'll gap the rings, all new bearings, and put them in. I'll while it's bare block, I'll go ahead and hone it, and I'll also drill these out to 1/8 inch NPT and tap them so I can get some plugs put in those, and then clean the block up, blow it out with some brake clean and air, and get it all cleaned up and start assembling. Got all the main caps out. I sprayed the inside of this with a little bit of WD-40, but all the bearings, surfaces look good, the bearings look good, but I'm gonna replace all the bearings. So anyways, I'll go ahead and pull this crank out and set it up here on the bench. All right, got the crank sitting here on the bench. I won't leave it like that. I've just heard stories of people leaving cranks sitting on their side, and I don't know if I believe it, but anyways, I always stand them up on end, so that way there's no weight being twisted through the crankshaft. I've I don't know if they'll get out around doing that. But anyways, I'll stand it on the end and then secure it. And then anyways, the block's pretty nasty inside, but you know, all the bearings look good. So I'm gonna go ahead and order new bearings. It's a little bit of my paper towel. And I'll probably also go ahead and knock out the cam bearings, verify the part number on them, measure the journal size. I'm pretty sure this block should be a 2.3487. Could be wrong, that's why I'm measuring. So anyways, I'll maybe get in here and knock the cam bearings out as well while I'm here. So this is the tool I'll be using to knock the cam bearings out. I got it off Summit Racing for under $100, I think. But it comes with a cone to line it up. And yeah, anyways, you just hit this with a hammer and knock the bearings out. So we'll go ahead and work on this block, and it's best to work from the inside. I mean, you can get it done with the crank and rods in there, but it's definitely tight. Anyways, I'm gonna fish this in. I'll probably start here, knock the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and then knock out the front. Like that, we got all the cam bearings out. So now I'm gonna just measure the front bore, should match the rear bore, and then I can verify what bearing to order. And yeah, maybe we'll start honing some cylinders, and then we can start cleaning up the block. So I got 2.342. Of course, this, I'm not going to say this thing's 100% accurate. It's just an El Cheapo. But I'm going to go with it's the 2.347 bearings. And so now I'll go ahead and get some of them ordered up. So this is the hone I've kind of used for all my 5.3s. I don't even remember what grit it is. I think it's the finer grit stone. I got a lot of use out of this thing. I do have a brand new one sitting in a box. I think this one's like a 80 grit, or it's pretty aggressive. I'm kind of leery to use it. So anyways, I'm going to use this other one until it dies. I'm going to see if I can find like a 120 grit one. I could be wrong. I don't remember what this one was, but I haven't even used it yet. Anyways, I'll go ahead and hone these holes out and get it all cleaned up. So you can see in that cylinder the cross hatching for the angle, and this is the cross hatching I just put in it, so relatively close. See if I can get it to focus a little better. But anyways, I just tried to match what was stock. I know you can go, some people go 45, some people stay with 60, but anyways, yeah, so I'll just do that to all these cylinders. Get them all cleaned up. Make sure none of the, you can see light scuffing in a few of these cylinders. Make sure that scuffing comes out. So I got 2, 4, 6, and 8 all done. They cleaned up really nice. So I'll move on to 1 through 7 over here. Alright, got 1 through 7 all done. I kind of spaced it, but I'm going to hop up here and drill these out and tap them to 1/8 inch pipe thread. And then when my plugs show up I ordered, I'll plug all them holes off for the DOD. So they make a few different things for plugging these. They got little like machined metal dowels that'll drop in. They also have the cover with the O-rings. I guess on the last DOD motor I did that and it worked fine. But also here where an O-ring can blow out and you can lose some oil pressure. So to prevent that, I'm gonna drill it out as straight as I can and then tap it to 1/8 inch. Put the plug in there with some sealant on it, and then I never have to worry about it again. Alright, I drilled them out, and then I ran another drill bit down in there to kind of remove any burring that's down in the holes. So now I'll tap it to 1/8 inch. Alright, got all these holes tapped to 1/8 inch NPT pipe thread. So when the plugs show up, I'll get the plugs in and make sure I can run them down so they're flush with the top. If I can't, I'll go in further, but that'll keep me from putting this thing together any further. Just in case I do have to tap, I don't want any material in there. Anyways, I'll go ahead and just park this back over by my bench and let it drip. And then I'll spend some time cleaning up the bottom end and I'll get this thing totally cleaned out and go ahead and get parts ordered and coming, and I'll be slapping this thing back together in a week or so.